Yo, what's up, Robert? What's good? Sam Broom in the building. What's up, my guy? Matthew Dean. What's the business? I got a question to ask. I'm trying to wait and see how many more people I can get in here before I ask it. Uh, I'm not going to reveal the name of the person, but I'm trying to find out some information for this person. So once we get a few more people in here, I ask the question because I don't like repeating myself. I don't want to keep asking the same question over and over and over every time somebody new pops in. Gene, what's good? Oh, the mayor of Detroit in the building. What's happening? Uh, Matthew, on my end, as far as me going out and finding fragrances and stuff, I honestly haven't bought anything since I got this new car. That car note is killing me, bro, and I just don't have the extra ends to even go out and find anything. I go to the rack store still and look, but I can't buy anything. Um, but I have been getting a lot of samples, a lot of decants and stuff like that people have been sending me, and luckily, like I said, I've been fortunate enough. I actually have a real sample of fucking fabulous. But yeah, I feel you on that sensual obsessions point. Them guys over there and ladies, I don't know who all is affiliated with the group, but or with the house, but they make some real solid fragrances, man. I ain't gonna front. I'm not gonna sit here and lie. They make some powerhouse fragrances. And of course, some are gonna be hit, some are gonna be missed with some people, but therein lies where people need to be honest. And I think it was I can't remember who it was. Pulse of the night to be delivered. Hoping. I hope so too. I'm not a big fan of Issey Miyagi. I have two of their fragrances, but the ones I've had in the past, they smell good, except for one, the one in the blue bottle. Yes, you're right. Andy Warhol is fire. Women do love it. But those Issey Miyagi's, they some of them smell great, but off of my skin, personally speaking, I can only speak for me. I can't speak for nobody else. They don't last long. Have you tried 1 million cologne at all? I have tried all the flankers except for 1 million cologne. Cali reviews. What up, Crook? What's happening? Yeah, I haven't tried that 1 million cologne, but I have seen people talk. I've heard people talk about it. I've seen it, just not in person. So, and I'm here sitting in an office. Uh, it's pouring down rain outside, and I refuse to walk around in the rain and get my shoes soaking wet. Somebody said they smelled a Ventus for the first time today. Finally, I know what everybody is talking about. I've smelled it several times over. I've smelled it in Atlanta at an actual shop. I smelled it. I still have yet to get my hands on Central Obsessions. You need to hit them up, man. Hit them up on their website or find them on Facebook or whatever, Central Obsessions, and message them, man, and let them know that you're interested in getting some samples. And I'm pretty sure they'd be gracious enough to send them to you. They sent me some. I mean, I don't even think I asked. They just started sending them to me. Uh, Striving to be set apart. What's good, my Roll Tide brother? Damn right. I ass gonna be in trouble if we don't get Tua back though. They say he had a successful surgery. Um, he had a high ankle sprain. As you saw, if you watched the game, that Tennessee guy fell on his ankle, and it didn't look good, man. So we need him back. And that backup quarterback, man, I don't know if he was just nervous or what, but he kept throwing the ball at the ground. Like the receivers were open, but he was just throwing the ball like right at their feet. Luckily, we still won the game. That quarterback for Tennessee made that one fatal mistake trying to be the hero and stuck his hands out across the line, and the ball got batted out his hand, and our guy took off. What about 1 million Lucky? Yeah, I had Lucky and I sold it or traded it off. It was nice, but Azaro Wanted smells to me kind of similar to it, and so I kept Azaro Wanted just because the bottle is different. But I regret it now because I got 1 million Privé, so now I got 1 million Privé. Now I need Lucky, so I got to get it all over again. Mr. Zaharoff is in the building. What's up, George? Who's that handsome gent? That's me, Mr. Cheap Sense. Hope all is well with you, my friend, and your travels around the country. That is you. Yes, it is. I'm gonna see if I can get at least a few more people in here, and then I'm gonna thank you, George. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that a lot. You too. Same to you. Sam Broom Tigers. It's not really an announcement. I'll go ahead and say it now that we got 14 in here. Straight fire. What's up, bro? What's up, man? All right, this is my question. A friend of mine received a bottle of Creed Aventus today, and he just sent me a picture of it. Excuse me. He just sent me a picture of it, and I'm happy for him. I'm a little jealous. I ain't gonna sit here and y'all know me. I keeps it 100. I'm a little jealous because I, for one, cannot afford Creed Aventus, but I do want it. I do want a bottle of it. Trust me, I do. Just as a trophy and maybe to, you know, wear it a couple of times just to get, you know, a better feel for it. I've had samples sent to me and stuff like that, but I was a little jealous. But the first thing I told him when I saw it is I said, make sure it's real. And he said, how? And I said, check the batch code and see what happens. And he said everything checked out, but he said when he took the top off, the sprayer off, he said that the ring inside, and I'm assuming I've heard people say this, that the ring inside is supposed to be a certain color. He said that his ring is, I think, gray or something like that. What color is the Aventus ring supposed to be when you pull that sprayer off? That's the question I want to ask. Matthew Deem said it's supposed to be white. His isn't white. It's normal to be jelly. The neck is called white. Dan Spano says white. Supposed to be white. ScentQuest said. White. Everybody's saying white. So it's possible that he has a fake bottle of Creed because everybody's saying white. And he didn't say it was white. I think he said it was called okay, George says it's called the neck. I don't know all these terminology. It's supposed to be a certain color. So yeah, I'm assuming since everybody's saying it's supposed to be white, where did he get it from? He said it was gifted to him, George. He said somebody gifted it to him. And I don't know too many people who gift Creed Fragrances. Bro Sense. What's up, my boy? What's happening? I'll check mine right now. All right, that's what's up, Sam. Let me know. I'm still waiting on my package from George Zaharoff also. I can't wait to get my hands on it and get some wearing out of it. I know Matt from Gentsense from Georgia Gents wore his Zaharoff today, and he said that Zaharoff signature pour on. He said he wore it today, and he did like, I think he said like 5 or 6 sprays or something like that. And he said it's not work appropriate. Yeah, that's what I said. I said maybe he should have did at least 2 sprays, because 5 or 6 is way too much. Even the decant that I got of it, it's powerful. It is strong. Sometimes you have to do that less is more thing. Trust me, because I'm heavy-handed with fragrances myself, and it happens to me sometimes. I have the same person that always tells me if something, but her nose is probably just sensitive. She always tells me if something is too strong or, you know, whatever. So yeah, I feel you, George. I told him that. What's up, big dog? Have you tried some Homage fragrances? No, I have not. I think I have a decant of 1 or 2. I'm not sure. I have to go back and look, but I do want to get my hands on some. I don't have the funds to do it. That stuff is expensive. And y'all gonna hear me say that a lot. I'm a real down-to-earth guy. I'm one of those blue-collar guys that work his ass off. I work 2 jobs. I pay my child support faithfully. Well, it comes out of my check, so I ain't got no choice. But I pay my child support faithfully. When my kids are around me or I go to see my kids, I always spend money out of my own pocket, even though their mama do get child support. I'm fortunate enough to have an ex-wife that I get along with, and she's not one of the ones who takes the child support money and goes out and gets her hair done and gets her nails done. She actually pays the bills. If the kids need stuff, she uses the money to get them what they need, and we co-parent like we supposed to. It's not any of that foolishness where you got the baby mama and she's always at the club every weekend and she's using the money for her own personal, you know, whatever. And like, I don't like when women do stuff like that. If you gonna get child support from somebody, use the child support for what it's meant for, not for what you want it to be meant for. But I don't want to get into that because that's a totally different subject. But I do want to get my hands on some Homage. The Mayor of Detroit 5 sprays. Hot damn. Yeah. 18% eau de parfum. I sprayed 3 times. And it's mine. Yeah. You know what's best. And when I first smelled it myself, I knew that it was a powerhouse fragrance. And you can't spray it no more than 3 times. 2 at the least. Have you tried Carolina Herrera VIP? I heard it's good. I've had, I think, 3 fragrances from that house. The 212 VIP, I think something called It's a Party or something like that. It's in a silver square looking bottle. I've had that one. I've had the one in the maroon bottle from Carolina Herrera. It's the round cylinder looking bottle. That's pretty decent. And I had another 212 fragrance. I can't remember the name of it, but I sold them all because there are people out there who aren't fortunate enough to find these fragrances or don't have Ross, TJ Maxx, and all that in their town or city. And when they reach out to me, if I'm not, you know, great fragrance, Mr. Zaharoff. That's right, my brother. Sent Quest retracted a message. Yes, they are, but I got 2. Rod T, what's up, Mr. Cheap Sense? What's happening, Rod T? Tuscan King by Alexandria is real nice. I have, I think, 2 fragrances gifted to me, or I got in a trade from subscribers. but I don't think I've smelled Tuscan King. I wish I could get my hands on more of that stuff, man. Georgia Gent, yo, what's up, man? I can't wait to get George fragrance. I went to the store and they didn't have it. So let me tell you, for it to have a white neck, that would mean there would be another. They fill the bottles. Creed must have all the components to fill bottles. Yeah. Everybody is saying that it's supposed to be a white neck. So I'll relay that message back to my friend. Like I said, I'm not gonna put his name out there, but from what it's looking like right now, he may have a fake bottle of Creed. Because he said the neck was, I think he said the neck was a different color. It's not white. And so, you know, who knows? If it's the wrong color cap, doesn't mean it's 100% fake. No. I don't know. I mean, I'm not the experienced one. I don't have a lot of experience with Creed fragrances. This radio is about to drive me nuts. I don't have a lot of experience with Creed fragrances. I just go by what you guys tell me and other reviewers. So I couldn't tell you whether it was real or fake. You know what I'm saying? Even if I had one. Now, I ordered some from Wish, just as, you know, off of the humbug like Ash from Gent Sense did. And I just wanted to put that on my channel to let people know, don't buy those fragrances from Wish, because obviously they were fake as hell. And I did trash them after I did the video. Let me tell y'all, man. I've been drinking for maybe the past week or two a lot of water. Something I haven't done a lot of in my life. And I know sometimes I attest drinking water to being in Kool-Aid, because you need water to make Kool-Aid and stuff like that, but all the sugar that's in the Kool-Aid. So I backed away from all the Kool-Aid. I've been stopped drinking a lot of sodas, and I've been drinking just straight water. And let me tell you, I've been pissing up a storm, man. Like, y'all don't know how much water I drink in a day. I'm still not drinking the amount I'm supposed to be drinking, but you know, I'll come to work and I'll drink at my second job. My first job, I'll probably drink about 6 bottles. I go home. I don't have any bottled water, but I don't mind drinking tap water. I'll put some ice in it, get me some tap water. I drink, you know, a couple of cups of that. But I've been pissing up a storm. I'll be waking up in the middle of the night, man, like 4 and 5 times in a row, because I have to pee real bad. So, but I guess it's working, because, you know, the urine color is cleared up. I know this is not something y'all really want to hear about, but water is actually good. We supposed to be drinking a certain amount of water. I don't remember what it is, but we supposed to drink a certain amount of water to keep our bodies hydrated. And that's something that people need to take heed to. Water is very important. Very important. Bro sense. Not my baby mom. They go out and spend on their boyfriend. Well, I mean, that's unfortunate, man. Like I said, it's what's up, civilized redneck? I see you. You know, not everybody doesn't have that mature ex-wife or baby mama that's, you know, willing to do whatever it takes for the kids. Like I said, I'm fortunate enough to have that baby. Like, we were together at 5 years, and you know, that bond that we had, like, we went through a lot of ups and downs in our relationship, even before we got married. And it was just sad that we couldn't, you know, make it work in the end. Like, I just finally got to a point where I didn't like care anymore, and you know, vice versa. She probably got to a point where she felt like she didn't care, but when I was gone, it showed that she did care. So, I mean, it is what it is, man. But I'm just glad that I have one that, you know, knows it's tough out here. you know, she has our two of them, the only two kids I got. I got one that's finna graduate this year, my daughter. She turns 18 in February. And I got a son that's 15. He just turned 15 in September. And you know, raising two giant kids. I'm 6'4", and my kids are tall, both of them. Like my daughter, even though she was 2 years ahead of my son shot up so fast, man, and caught her and passed her in height. So she raising some trees, and I tip my hat to her. She's doing the best she can, and I'm doing the best I can. I don't have the financial stability to be able to get a bigger place, and you know what I'm saying, let them come stay with me. My son comes and stay with me. My daughter would also, but she usually, when she comes here, she goes to her godparents' house. But I don't have the facilities to you know what I'm saying, keep both of them. I know she's a girl, she needs her own space, and my place is it's like a hotel. It's like one room and it's open space, and that's not good for a girl. My son don't mind, he'll sleep on a little blow up mattress or whatever, and you know, we have fun, play video game and stuff like that. But my daughter, that's a different story. She likes her own personal space, and so hopefully one day when I get myself together and get my credit back on track, I'll be able to at least get a bigger place. And then, you know, they always want to come stay with me. They actually want to live with me, but I just can't take them in like that. I just can't. And despite what people may say or may think about me telling them that, that's just what it is on my end. I don't have the funds from check to check to buy groceries and, you know what I'm saying, do stuff. And like, my daughter works, but my son doesn't. He's into sports. He plays basketball, he plays football, and that's a lot. And that money that's coming from me going to them, it helps her out a lot, my ex-wife. So, you know, it is what it is. Civilized redneck, hey everybody, I already responded to that. What's happening? Sam Broom said it's white. Sessman J, hey man, I'm thinking about joining the YouTube fragrance family. I got a lot of fragrance. I say go for it, man. Go for it. Same thing with Bro Sense. He said the same thing, and I talked to him. He can attest to it. He said he was thinking about it. He wasn't sure. And I told him the same thing. Just do it. I mean, as long as you got a decent phone and, you know, you got the fragrances to do it and you know what you're talking about, do it. It takes time. You know, you have to strive and struggle a little bit, but you'll get better at it. I wasn't the best. If you go back and watch my older videos, I was nervous. I didn't know what I was talking about. And the confidence came over time. And y'all have to excuse me if it looks white in the corners of my mouth, because they were dry and I yawned and it cracked both corners of my lips, and they hurt so bad. And I got my chapstick. I just didn't put any on right now. But anyway, let's see. Scent Quest. I made a political comment, but I retracted it, keeping it to the subject of scents. Man, you can talk about whatever the hell you want to talk about when it comes to me. I don't care. Long as you don't come at me with no racist comment. The one thing that I said in my intro video to my my Facebook this morning, Facebook group called Mr. Cheap Scents Fragrance Forum. And on that group, you can talk about any fragrance you want to talk about. This is not a closed group to just one specific fragrance. I don't care if you want to talk about Nautica. I don't care if you want to talk about some Dollar Tree fragrance or city trends, or, you know, if you want to talk about the most expensive fragrance in the world. And I don't know how many of y'all saw that video on YouTube. That fragrance, I think it was like over $1 million or a couple $1,000s or something. It was some big elaborate thing where it takes two people to open the doors, and the bottle sits inside, big ass bottle of cologne sits in. Like, that shit was crazy. That's too much money for some damn cologne and all that elaborate shit, man. But anyway, on here you can talk about anything you want to talk about. I don't care. Just keep it civil. Don't get out of hand with what you're talking about. And we cool. I don't care. It's the little ring on the inside that will be white. 504 Lefty. We live. Yes, sir. Scent Quest Chaos Fragrance did a video on how to determine if it's fake. I don't want to be petty Betty. I don't too much deal with chaos fragrances like that. Chaos fragrance like that. It was a little bit of it mostly was me doing all the talking. He wasn't really paying me no mind, but he was trolling the shit out of me. We were talking about, all the smaller reviewers were talking about going to like Ross, TJ Maxx, Bells, Burlington, Burke's, places like that to find fragrances. And I guess he took it upon himself to troll and take his ass to the Dollar Tree and pick up fragrances and you know, make fun of it. That's not the type of fragrance that we talking about. We talking about going to TJ Maxx, Ross, Bells, Marshalls, Burke's, places like that. That's not what we were talking about. And we talking about finding name brand fragrances, designer fragrances, the same kind of stuff like he sells on his website. You put down us going to Ross and TJ Maxx and all of that, but then the same fragrances that we telling people to go buy for $15, $20, $25, $30, you selling them on your website for, you know, a higher marked up price. And I don't think that's right. So don't tell us smaller guys that we're wrong for, you know, whatever. I'm not finna get back into that again. I was just making a statement about it. I don't really deal with chaos like that. I mean, he's doing a hell of a job on his channel. I wish him all the best success, and his website, I hope it's doing whatever it is it's doing and more. I don't have nothing, but his views sometimes don't mesh well with me, and you know, it just is what it is, man. But I understand what you're saying, though. Random account 007, favorite fragrance of all time. Wow, you gonna put me on the spot. As many compliments as I got from fragrances, it's a toss-up between Bora Bora, Club de Nuit, Intense Man, and Casino Royal Nights are the three top dogs in my collection right now. I don't have a full bottle of Casino Royal Nights. I would like to get my hands on it, but I just have a decant that somebody sent me of it, and I'm holding on to it for dear life. I've worn it once. The first decant I got the day I was cleaning the carpet in her office, and she said that's the only fragrance that she's been able to tolerate somebody wearing, because she has a sensitive nose. And with that being said, I gave her the rest of that decant, and somebody was gracious enough to send me a bigger decant of it. And I've been holding on to it. I don't have the money to get the bottle itself, but hopefully one day I will. But those are my top three as of right now. LOL on the water peeing. Yeah, man, that water is serious. I've been drinking the hell out of it. The calories from the sugar drinks, it was good. You stop it. Going in the bathroom is good. Yeah, I just hate getting up 4 and 5 times in the middle of the night, man. I like to get sleep. It's good for you, water, Rod T. Yeah. Civilized Redneck. It just jumped on one of the first things I hear is I've been possum up a storm. I love you, man. Yeah. Civilized redneck. You cleaning out your system. Yeah, I know, man. I know. Pissing, not possum. Yeah, I know what you meant. Let's see. Lance Goodman. What's up, man? Dan Spanos. Relationships are tough. Yes, they are. If you don't have that right person that meshes well with you, that can deal with you through, tough times and good times, it doesn't work. I think me and my ex-wife probably could have worked it out, but she got remarried so fast, you know what I'm saying, that it didn't even give me a chance to even, think about it. She was already involved with somebody else by the time I left, so it is what it is, man. Civilized redneck. Hey Sam, Bro Sense, George, Dan and Lance, Sam Broom. What's up, Civilized? Live J5. What's up, KC? Peace to the chat. What's up, man? Random account 007. You a legend in the fragrance community. OG. I'm assuming you're talking about me, random account 007. If you are, thanks, man. That means a lot. It really does. I mean, I'm not big beard business. I'm not the guy I was just watching Cuba Knows. I'm not any of those other guys, Ash from Gent Sense and Redolescence and Brooklyn Fred. I don't have that kind of knowledge. The only thing I know how to do is keep it real with y'all. And that's the one constant thing that everybody has been saying since the very first day I sat in front of a phone camera and started talking about fragrances. Everybody always says, man, you keep it real, you keep it 100. I don't sugarcoat shit. And if people don't like me for that, then oh well. I can only be who I am. You know what I'm saying? And if I don't like something, I just don't like it. If I like something and you don't like it, then that's just yours and mine opinion. That's all I can give. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody on the Zerjoff I wore today. I was in the comment section. I always go through and read comments and I respond to everything. And somebody said that Zerjoff Nexus is, the shit or whatever. And I said, yeah, it is. It smells great. But the performance is lackluster for what it costs, and I don't even know what it costs. I'm just assuming that it's one of those high price fragrances because I've heard other people say that. But that's just my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Like, it got me 5.5 hours, and for something that costs that much, it's supposed to at least get me 10 to 12 or better, not 4.5, 5.5 hours. Like, that's not right for a fragrance that costs you, anywhere from $80 to $100 and something dollars. Like, that's not right. But these fragrance companies are making a killing off of people because of the name most of the time. Like, take Dolce & Gabbana K. There are people out there who love that fragrance. They know the name Dolce & Gabbana, and it's synonymous to some pretty decent fragrances that they had over time. They got the new one out called K or King or whatever, and just because it's from Dolce & Gabbana, people will perform, and it's not the best smelling cologne. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand it. And people will steadily go out and run out and buy that. Like, I'm not a sheep. I'm not finna go out and buy something just because all these other people running out to go get it. That ain't never been my forte. I said this the other night. I'm a wolf, not a sheep. I'm not following the masses to go out, run out and buy the next best thing and then get butthurt about it when it doesn't perform and you just spend all that money. That's not me. Ava Monroe. Hey everybody. What's going on, Miss Lady? You're doing a disservice to yourself saying when you get yourself together. I don't know you personally, but I see a man who works hard to give his children a better life. Yeah, thank you, man. I mean, you have your struggle. I don't know the whole story, and like I said, one day I hope to, get to talk to you more about, what you went through. I'm curious about it, and I've told this group a while back that I, went through some struggles myself. I'm still going through them, and my heart got cold. My last relationship that I had, it didn't work out. The young lady, she just treated me like crap, but then she had personal issues and demons that she was dealing with, and it left me really cold on the inside. It's hard for me to like commit to somebody now. Even with the divorce, it wasn't a bad divorce. We filled out the paperwork together. We did everything together, and we get along just fine. But I never was able to recover fully as far as like financially. I'm so far behind, man, and I'm struggling, and I'm trying to do things. I mean, God is, giving me things or blessed me with things along the way. Like I got this new car, even though it's, another about $500 bill I got a month. I'm struggling, and it's hard at times. It's just hard, man. I want clothes. I want to dress better. It's just hard to do that, you know what I'm saying? But I'm trying to make sure my kids get what I didn't get, and show them, at least my son, for one, the path that I was on, because I'm a 2-time convicted felon too. And people always say, yo, I'm a convicted felon and I can't do this and can't do that. Well, that's bullshit, man. I'm a testimony to that. I'm a 2-time convicted felon. I've been an assistant manager of a movie theater. I've been a manager of a kitchen on a casino cruise ship. I've done so many different things that I should not have been able to do with a record. But people know my personality. They know who I am as a person. I just made a mistake or two when I was younger. I paid for it. I went to boot camp. I went to jail. Never been to prison. I've been blessed not to go to prison. But you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of stuff that some people will say I shouldn't have gotten along the way, but I did. I work hard. Everywhere I go, I work hard. There is not one job that I know of, except for the 2 that I got my felony charges with. But other than that, there's not a single job that I can't go back to right now, and them people won't take me back because of my merit alone. I bust my ass every day. Unlike right now, you see me sitting down, but it's raining outside. Give yourself credit. You're a very smart, incredible man. Thank you. My daughter in here. Hey, father. What's up, baby? Sam Broom fragrances. Dude, you funny as hell. Yeah, you tell me that a lot. Art Alexander 93. Who's your NFL team? I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't watch pro football like I used to. The last team that I was rooting for was the Dallas Cowboys, and that was back when Troy Aikman and Emmitt Smith and all them was there. Anything beyond that, I don't do. If you're not talking about Alabama football, then we ain't got nothing to talk about when it comes to football anymore. I used to love that Dallas Cowboy, like them running backs, man, like Emmitt Smith and Barry Sanders, and guys like that, man. They were hard nosed back in the day. And I think, personally speaking, the NFL is so watered down right now, man. Like, you can't do this, you can't do that. They ban you from doing this. You can't celebrate. You can't, like, it's just too much, man. Let them boys play. And I mean, I do understand the concussion thing. I get that. That's a plus. I like the fact that they're trying to, limit the amount of concussions and stuff like that. But it's kind of taken away from the game, in my perspective. It just watered it down so much, man. And, Tommy Mills, what's up, champ? What's happening? George Saroff, that's the video. He did a video of all the Creed bottles, and he shows the fake and real. Yeah, I don't know. Centaur fragrance. What up, my G? What's up, man? What's up, y'all? What's up? Eric McGee. What's up, fam? On a plane watching. This works halfway around the world. That's what's up. Centaur, you got a lot of good guys in the chat. Yeah, man, and you're one of them. You are one of them. I'm not gonna sit here in front. I wasn't a big fan of Centaur fragrance at first. Some people have to grow on you. You, in my personal opinion, John, just speaking now, you're not like Cuba knows, this brash and Hollywood type dude that's loud and obnoxious. You sit in front of the camera. You know, you talk about what you talk about. You're very knowledgeable. Sometimes, I guess the way certain people come off, a lot of people get bored by it. And you're one of the guys that had to grow on me. Like Mr. Miami Cuddles is brash. He's kind of obnoxious. He says what he wants to say, and it just is what it is. And I like that. I like that. But the good thing about all of us is it's a vast array. It's like a big melting pot of different personalities. Me and Sam talked about this a couple of times, Sam Broom, that all of us bring something different to the table. All of us, I'm glad that everybody's not the same, because it would be so boring to be in this fragrance game if everybody was the same. If everybody was just sit in front of the camera and blah, 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 blah. Like, that would be so boring. So I'm glad we got people like Cuba Knows that does what he does. I'm glad we got Centaur. I'm glad we got Mr. Miami Cuddles. We got Trey Sense, Sam Broom, Bro Sense coming in. He doing his thing. Georgia Gent, Outlaw Frags. A lot of people that are coming up now. I like the fact that everybody's coming in and they're bringing something different. Everybody is not the same. And I wish all of us could stay on the same page. But it's just a lot of like headbutting going on, and people getting offended when somebody says they don't like this. Somebody else get offended when they don't like that. Just because a certain fragrance is your personal favorite fragrance, that does not mean that everybody else has to like it also. Case in point, Creed Aventus. There are a lot of people who love Creed Aventus that say it is the king. I can't say that, because I've smelled it and I'm not impressed by it. And I think what killed it for me was the fact that I had Club de Nuit Intense Man way before I even smelled Creed Aventus. And that did it for me. That was like the end all be all. I smelled it, I was like, oh shit, this is fire. And it's a projection beast. It lasts on my skin, and I didn't need nothing else, so I fell in love with it. But then when I smelled Creed, it just smelled like an average fragrance to me. And I know a lot of people are gonna get butt hurt by that, but that just is what it is with me, man. I want it, yeah. I can't. Emir, opinion about Prada L'Homme, salute from France. Damn, we got people from France in here. I'm international, baby. I have smelled Prada fragrances, Prada L'Homme, and all of that in Ulta, and I like them a lot. But I can't. I haven't spent the money to buy them. I've seen Prada L'Homme at the hospital in the gift shop, and they want like $80-$90 for that shit, man. And I can't do it. If I can find it cheaper, or somebody has like a partial bottle they want to get rid of, sell or something like that, I'm more than willing to do that. But a full bottle at that type of price, I personally can't do it. Technology is awesome. Yes, it is. Especially, I don't know if you're talking about this phone, but this phone is awesome, man. This is the Galaxy, I think it's like the A10 or something like that. It's nice. The video quality is much better. It actually does that autofocus thing. As you can see behind me, it gets bright and then it gets darker. um yeah, it's auto focusing. Sometimes I have problems when I'm trying to hold decants to the camera. I have to hold them back, but you're not able to see the label. It won't focus if I get too close. But I like this phone. I've been getting great feedback. They're saying that the sound quality is better, the video quality is better, and that's a plus for me. I don't have to go out and buy some big brand new elaborate camera and all that kind of stuff, and lighting and all that stuff. This is just fine with me. So yo, Mr. Cheap Sense, good to see you back live. Howie, what's up, man? I'm glad to be back live. I know I haven't been doing a lot of lives since I hit that 1,000 subscriber mark. This is probably, I think, the second one I've done so far, but I don't want to just jump on here and just talk about any old thing. So sometimes I have to have a subject, and the subject tonight was a friend of mine got a bottle of Creed Aventus, and he sent me the picture of it. And the first thing I said to him was, make sure it's real. And he was trying to find out if it was real or not. So he checked the batch code. He said everything looks like it checks out. And then he said, let him take the top off. And when he took the top off, the neck was, I think he said gray. And it should be, what everybody in here was saying, it should be white. I'm not an expert on that. I don't know. So I'm just going by what everybody has said. And everybody so far has said it's supposed to be white. But also, Mr. Zaharoff said that just because it's not that color doesn't mean that it's fake. So I can't attest to that either, but he's the one with the knowledge. They always have another branch to swing to. It is tough. Sam Broom, I keep telling you to remain you. Yeah, man. I mean, everybody has those weak moments where they just want to give up. They want to change up things, their style and stuff like that. And when all of these fragrance companies that I kept reaching out to kept telling me no, or not responding back, or telling me that they're not interested in doing any other collabos, and it just seems like the bigger name fragrance reviewers got all of that shit locked up. And it seemed like we just not getting no love. But the one constant for me has been Sensual Obsessions. That is the one constant company, up and coming or not. That's the one constant company that keeps sending me samples to review on my channel. I've reached out to so many other people and nobody responds back. Nobody gives a shit. They don't want to send. I'm not even asking for bottles. I was asking for decants, and they couldn't even send those. I've had a company tell me straight up, like, nah, we're not interested in any collabos, any new collabos. If you want to purchase some fragrances, we'll send you to our website. Like, I don't want to go to your website. That's crazy. And whoever sends something, they send it. If not, like I said, I've been fortunate enough to have the greatest subscribers ever that send me samples when they don't have to. You guys work hard for y'all money. You pay for these fragrances out of your own pockets, and you guys, you know, send decants and samples when you don't even have to. And I didn't even chip in on that shit. So I thank all of you who sent me things over the span of me doing these videos. I appreciate it greatly. Centaur. Oh yeah, I agree. I talked about brands too. People love and trust brands. Yep. And then there's hype and trends. Yeah. Hype, wazoo. And I know all of you know about this. Anytime somebody goes on in front of a camera and hype a fragrance, people will run out and buy it, and they will spend money no matter how much it costs in certain cases. And I'm not a hype king. If you go back and look at my videos, there are only certain fragrances that I have hyped highly. And one of them was Bora Bora by Liz Claiborne. It's a $12 fragrance. And I wore it to work, and y'all can go back and watch my video on that. Bora Bora, B-O-R-A, B-O-R-A. Women love that fragrance. The day I wore it, and I've said this before, women were coming up to me and sniffing me because I smelled so good to them. Granted, it's a super sweet fragrance, but it has something in it that women love, and I don't know what it is, and that's the one fragrance that performs better than any other fragrance I have as far as like getting compliments. I know a lot of people aren't big on compliments. I understand that. It doesn't matter really to me if I get a compliment or not, but when I get them, I love them because it makes me poke my chest out more and I hold my head up higher because somebody is paying me some attention. So that might be the wrong reason for other people, but that's just how I rock. But yeah, hype and trends will have you spending money that you shouldn't even be spending. What's your take on Mugler Pure Coffee? Saw it at Marshall's, but was hesitant to blind buy. I don't think I smelled Pure Coffee. I don't think. To be honest with you, if you can find Mugler fragrances at discounted prices like that, I would jump on them. Because you know a lot of times stuff get discontinued, and just by you having it, you may be able to get a pretty penny for it later on down the line. So just because somebody may tell you it's not all of that, sometimes you may have to just step out on faith and get it if you can get it at a decent price. I'm not telling you if you see it at a discount store and it's like $70, $80, $90 or something like that, to go get it. But if it's within the, you know, 20 to maybe 50, possibly $60 range, depending on bottle size, I get it. Rod T, I feel you on that. All of the different brands are made by the same companies. They pay the fashion houses a royalty. Yeah, I didn't know nothing about that. I just hear about different perfumers that come in and, you know, do their thing for these different people. But that's some good insight, George. I feel another rant coming. I just, you know, some things I get passionate about, Sam. That's just me, man. I mean, when you're passionate about something, don't you talk about it? Football, you know, friends. I mean, I've heard you talk about Israel a lot. And, you know, I know that's your man and all, but I'm pretty sure, you know, if push came to shove, you know, that is a big thing, George. That is why I like these. Any other than fragrances, do you have any other hobbies or interests that you focus on? No. I work so much I don't have time to do nothing. I'm at the hospital from 6 in the morning till 2:30 in the afternoon. I get me a little bit of a nap in between, and then I'm here at my second job from 5 to 10 at night. I usually don't get into bed till maybe 12 something, 1 o'clock. And then I have to be back up again at 5 the next morning to be at work at 6. I'm Monday through Friday, both jobs, off Saturday and Sunday. So I used to be big into playing basketball, but I got degenerative arthritis in both my knees. So whenever y'all see me get up during a video and I'm kind of hobbling a little bit, my knees are on fire. They are hurting bad. Let me see. Yeah, it ain't do it this time. Usually if I keep my knees bent for a certain amount of time and I stretch it out, it'll pop real loud. And then I have Achilles tendonitis. I had it in my right foot. I tore my right Achilles tendon some years back. I got it fixed, but now I have Achilles tendonitis in that foot, and now it's in my left foot. So that's even worse. So sports-wise, I don't do nothing. I'm really a homebody now. I get out when I can. When my kids want to do stuff, or if my cousins want to watch a game, we go to my mom's house. But other than that, I don't really have hobbies like that. This is probably the only hobby that I have, doing this. Um, Sam Broom, Keith, your day is coming. I believe that wholeheartedly. I have a good. I'm reading the next comment. My daughter, talking about KJ said what the business is, youngin. What's up? um, yeah, man. I work hard, man, and as y'all can see, my kids love me. They in my life. My daughter is anyway. Uh, I work hard, man. I don't brag. I don't boast. I stay humble. I stay true to myself and my kids, because at the end of the day, that's all that matters to me. I don't care about anything outside of what's going on with my kids and my. I love you guys too. Don't get me wrong, but my family, my kids come first before anything, and I will lay down everything I have for them too. If I had to walk out of here right now and somebody walk up to me just for my kids to live, to take my life, that's just what it's gonna have to be with me. It is what it is. So I believe wholeheartedly that things will get better for me. I hate that I waited until I turned 40. I'm 41 now. I'll be 42 in December. I hate that I waited till my body got bad or in bad shape to actually want to start trying to do something with my life, because it's hard, man. Like, they have openings out here at the paper mill where I work at, and I can't even apply because the terrain and the job is so it's so strenuous that I don't think my body would be able to hold up to it. And my granddaddy used to work at a paper mill like this back in Alabama, and he died from mesothelioma. If you don't know what that is, it's asbestos poisoning. He was a real bad diabetic on top of that. And I watched a young, virile, strong man, muscles and all, shrivel up to like a raisin, man, in the span of no time because of that. And I never thought in all the years of, me working and knowing, watching him get up early in the morning, getting dressed and watching his favorite morning show and drinking his coffee and get ready to go to work. I never thought that I would be working at the same type facility that he worked at, to see exactly what he used to do. Because he never told us when we were kids. He never told us what he did. We just knew he worked at a paper mill. But the jobs that I want, man, I can't physically do them anymore. I'm still big. You see me, I'm big. I'm, what I'm saying, I'm thick. I look healthy. A guy told me that one day I was stripping and waxing the floor in the Christie building. I know you don't know what that is, but it's the fire pit going, and I guess they burning down ash or something. I don't know what it is, but I was doing the floor, and the dude was like, "Man, you a big dude, man. Like, why you ain't working out here?" And I had to tell him, like, my knees and my feet. And he was like, "Oh yeah, it's a lot of work out here. 12-hour shifts, man. Like, people say you work 12 hours now. Yeah, I probably do, but most of the time at my second job, I don't have to do much. When I'm waiting on the wax to dry, I'm sitting down. So let's see. And come on back to the Cowboys. I knew me and you hit it off well. I can't mess with them Cowboys, man. Them boys is too unpredictable for me. They start off good, and then around playoff time, they start falling off, man. And it's just like Georgia. It's just like Florida. And who else that does it? Every year, they start off good, and then all of a sudden, they turn into dog shit. That's why I only roll with Roll Tide, baby. George Soroff, some fashion houses don't even see the fragrances that are launching with their names. I can believe that, because sometimes they just put out stuff just to put it out, just because you get a hit on the first fragrance doesn't mean that just that you're gonna put out a flanker and it's gonna do as well as the original, because you slap, just to use the name, I'm gonna just use Creed Aventus. Just because it has that Creed stamp on it does not mean that it's gonna be the best that it can be. And a lot of people have been saying that even Creed Aventus isn't what it used to be. And that's something that I want to know about. If somebody knows anything about that, why is it that these companies, they put out something good and then they dumb it down trying to cut cost, and then the performance starts lacking, and when people start talking trash about the fragrance, they get offended by it. You had the best fragrance there was on the market in Creed Aventus, as other people said. And when they started doing these batch variations and changing ingredients and stuff, and I know there's laws and limits, you can't use certain things and all that, like oat moss and all this anymore, but when they dumb down a fragrance, water it down, it just kills your momentum that you had. I don't understand why people do reformulations like that. Reformulations suck to the highest of suckstivity, as Beavis and Butthead would say. If you sat down, Stefan Gabbana, and put the Dolce and Gabbana fragrances in front of him, he wouldn't know that. I believe that too. I understand. This is from Centaur. I understand. I'm a mellow guy in style. I appreciate the love. Yeah, man. It ain't no problems here. Like I said, sometimes people just have to grow on you. They just have to warm up to you. I know a lot of people don't like me sometimes because I curse. I always clap back when somebody claps at me, and people tell me I need to relax and chill out, man, and don't let everybody get under my skin. But y'all just don't know. I used to be so shy and so timid back in the days, and I've had ex-girlfriends tell me that I need to stand up and be a man and let people know what I want, tell people what's on my mind, and not just hold stuff in. And now look at me. Now you can't shut me up. So I understand completely. Rod T, I like a few big reviewers, but I get down with the small fry crew. Yeah. I rock with a lot of them big time reviewers. Some of them not as much as I used to. I'm not gonna call out names. I did call out Chaos Fragrance. I don't have nothing against the guy personally, but it's just some of his views when it came to what we were trying to do as far as smaller reviewers and bring the content of discount stores and stuff to you. People took offense to it, I guess, because it was taken away from their sales or whatever you want to call it, from their sites. And I can see where that would hurt. If somebody is giving you content telling you, hey, you can find this same Dolce & Gabbana that this man over here is selling for $50, $60, you can go to Ross and TJ Maxx and find Dolce & Gabbana. They're not going to go to the website, and then you got to pay shipping and all this stuff if it's not free. Like, that don't make sense. Nice people united by nice smells. Yep, I feel that. Robert Chung, yo, did everyone else get to that point in our hobby when you hit the fragrance buying hard and fast at first, and then saw our bank accounts after a while? Me personally, it wasn't so much that my account got hit hard. I just got to a point where when I went to the stores, I didn't see a lot of fragrances that really were worth continuing to buy. I don't want to have a collection full of colognes that are below average in performance. And to me, I don't know why everything's starting to smell the same to me. And I know that's the point where people are going to be like, oh, he's finally getting it. He's understanding. No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that a lot of fragrances are starting to smell the same. You get an aquatic, woody, citrusy, sweet. Like, everything is almost the same. Ooh, everything is the same. And I'm not finna go to the store and keep buying the same type of fragrance over and over and over and over. That's just, it's just mundane and redundant to me. Why have like 14 of the same Creed Aventus clones? I said this to Bro Sense the other day. He said he ordered, I think, 2 fragrances and both of them were Creed Aventus like clones. And I'm like, why so many clones? That's not smart spending to me. So I had to learn. I had to pick up on it. But I didn't get to a point where I felt like my bank account was, because my bank account was never like that anyway. I get paid. If I had, a couple 20s left, I run to the store and I look around and see if I could find, 1 or 2 cheapies and buy them. But now I'm into going to the rack stores and finding better brand fragrances. Like I found Dolce & Gabbana, the EDP, that was marked down. I found 1 Million Privé, that got marked down. I've yet to find any of those what do you call it, Aqua de Parmas. Around this area we don't get those. I've seen a few people find some Creeds in their stores and stuff. I haven't seen any of that around here, so it is what it is. I agree. We have every reason to come together. We all love the same hobby. We have more things in common. Yes, Centaur, we do. I've said this a time or two. Sam Broom said it. A few other reviewers said it. We're all technically under the same umbrella. And I don't know why some of these bigger name fragrance reviewers act like, we don't matter. They don't give us any acknowledgement. And I know they don't do it for us. They don't do it for, the glitz and the glamour as far as like trying to bring everybody together. But we all do the same thing. Those guys just do it at a higher level and a higher volume than we do. But there's a what do you call it? I'm having a brain fart right now. The level that we're doing this at, even though it's lower than where they're doing it, there is a damn, I can't think of the word. People need what we're doing on the level that we're at. Now, granted, some of us are gonna move up, some of us are gonna, catch traction and skyrocket. But right here where we're at in between, there are people, there's a market. That's what I was trying to say. There's a market for what we do. To bring people cheapies, blue collar, paycheck to paycheck type people, they can't run out and spend $300, $400, $500 on a bottle of Creed Aventus or whatever else fragrances out there. They can't do it. So where we're at right now is perfect for the people who, are on this level. And I think one thing also that makes me more likable is the fact that people can reach out to me. I've had people call me. I've had people video chat me while they're in store and ask me, hey, Mr. Cheap Sense, how's this? Do you ever smell that? Is this price okay? And I always answer my phone. I always respond back. Sometimes I don't respond, lickety split, but I do respond. And that's just me, man. Robert Chung, I'm at that point. Yeah, I mean, if you're at that point, man, and you see there's a problem, you might want to back off a little bit. Scent Quest Creed is like a symphony rather than pop music. I get that. Personally speaking, I don't. But I understand what you're saying. I just personally don't see the hype myself. Rod T, not at that point. Just have too many frags. Yeah. Gene Brinkley, same here. I had all fragrances executive before I smelled Aventus, so when I finally did, I wasn't blown away. I do love it though. Yeah, I don't have no issue personally with Creed fragrances, especially Aventus. I just don't like the price. And for them to still be selling that fragrance for that price and people are complaining about performance, then if they've dumbed down the fragrance, then they need to dumb down the price, is what I'm saying. But I don't have no issue personally with it. And like I said, I had Club De Nuit Intense Man, and that actually did it for me. And I was cool with it. After that, I didn't even care about Creed. I don't even watch videos about Creed anymore. So, I don't go in there and talk shit about the fragrance. If I don't want to watch it, I just, any fragrance that's out there that I know I can't personally go out and purchase for myself, I just keep scrolling past it. Some people have a problem with that, and they go on and they gotta go and watch it and dissect it and get the wrong impression of what people saying, and that's just not how I rock, man. Oh wow, so you're saying that owners or big heads of companies don't connect or are not hands-on? Yeah, I didn't know that either, Centaur. Do you know where he bought it? If you're talking about the Creed that I was saying my friend got, he said that it was gifted to him by somebody. Where they got it from, I don't know. George retracted 2 statements. Centaur, I feel you. We are doing what some would pay hundreds, if not thousands, for in marketing. 1G1 reacts. YouTube real for that line stuff. That's why we trust your reviews, OG. Thank you, man. That's the only way I know how to be, is 100 with you guys. It's gotten me this far, and it's gotten me this kind of love and this kind of respect, and I don't plan on changing that for nobody. George Zaharoff, the men's Fragcom content creators don't understand how powerful they are if they were all to come together instead of this bickering for the breadcrumbs when the loaf is right in front of them. Exactly. Rick Ross, my man. What's up? I wish I had Rick Ross money. Rick Ross fragrances. Cali review. I gotta try that Bogart brand. I had one of them. Actually, I had 2. I got one still. I sold one. Jacques Bogart. What's the name of it? I can't think of the name of it right now. I got one of them. It's in the white bottle. That shit is fire. I also had the Bogart Ruby, the Ruby edition in the red bottle. That was a powerhouse fragrance, but it smelled like a urinal cake. I didn't like that too much. But it lasts all day on you. Them Bogart fragrances are legitimately powerhouses. I haven't smelled a lot of them, but the ones I have smelled or do have, they are fire. Trust me. But you have to do your research when you buying them, because some of that stuff may be kind of dated smelling, and I don't think a lot of people want to smell dated. Are you planning to make Louis Vuitton reviews? If I can find some of those fragrances in decants, yes. But other than that, no. Because I don't have a lot of money to spend, and Louis Vuitton is high. I bought Pure Coffee the other day, and the opening top was a nice, almost fudge chocolate coffee scent, but the dry down was almost exactly the same as. Yeah, I think most of them fragrances like that do have the original DNA in them. They just add some extra stuff to it, like the coffee note, the fudge chocolate kind of thing. The tar note is there in the original Amen. You can smell it like burnt rubber, but that fragrance didn't bother me. I had I think it was a 30 ml of it that I found at Bell's. That didn't bother me. I liked it. It's just too strong for the summer and spring. You have to wear it in like fall and winter, but I ended up getting rid of it in a trade, I think. Can you remember your first scent? Damn it. I want to say my granddaddy used to wear stuff like Old Spice and what's the other, like aftershave type stuff. I can remember playing around with that stuff, and you know, the razors that you twist and the thing opens up and you put the razor inside of it and you twist it back closed. He used to have them kind of razors to shave with and stuff. And I remember used to play with his razor and, you know, put on the aftershave. So if I had to choose something, it had to be like Old Spice or Stetson or something like that. That has to be my earliest memories of fragrances when I was younger. Now, when I got older, it was stuff like Aspen. I had Aspen. What's the one from my cousin used to wear it. I have a bottle of it at the house. I can't remember the name of it, but I used to steal that from him. I had some Adidas fragrances like I used to get for Christmas all the time, stuff like that. But you know, those are my earliest fragrance memories. Fat Shady, what up, big dog? What's happening? Talking about me ran. Sam Broom. Fat Shady. So what did you think about that Dunhill Icon? I like it. I actually like it. I've only worn it once, but when I did wear it, I liked it. I don't remember getting compliments when I had it on, but I did like it. Cali Reviews, if you were to try a few niche brands, which would you try? I'm not sure what all falls in the niche category, but I do want to try some homage fragrances. I do want to try, I don't know if Montal is in the niche fragrance category, but I want to try some Montals. It's a few others I can't think of offhand, but it's a lot of other fragrance reviews. I have a few CK frags on my list. I'm not big on Calvin Klein. The only two that I know of personally that are pretty good performing fragrances from them, CK Reveal and CK Shock. I've tried CKB, CK1, CK All, and a few other flankers. That stuff smells good, but they don't last long. That's my problem with Calvin Klein. They don't last. CK Reveal is a monster, and CK Shock. Those are the only two I'm interested in. And I have Shock. I had Reveal and I sold it, but I can always find another of those. Have you sniffed CK All yet? He's talking to Cali Review, but I have had CK All and it smells good. It's just it don't perform well. Damn, man, your birthday is in December. Yep, December the 10th. I'll be 42. Man, I'm sorry to hear about your dad. Mine died from diabetic complications too. Yeah, that was actually my granddad. My grandparents raised us, me and my sister, along with their son, which is our uncle. Yes, I have a younger uncle. Raised all three of us together, and I didn't know my mom when I was younger. So my grandmother and my grandfather I always knew as mama and daddy. And yeah, he had diabetes and he had got asbestos poisoning from working at the plant, and my grandma got paid off of that, boy. That mesothelioma, she got paid. So, yeah, I appreciate that though, man. If you get a license to operate heavy equipment, that's a good job. Yeah. I tried also to go to truck driving school, but you know, they was trying to send me to Maine, the one company that did accept my application, and I was not about to go to no damn Maine. I got a few of the Euphoria line in my sights, but we'll see. I had Euphoria Intense and the original Euphoria, and those two smelled good. The intense version to me wasn't intense at all. It didn't smell like it. And I think that's the one I think I sold or traded to Trey Sense. And he enjoys it. He likes it. But to me, it just smelled like the same Euphoria, just a slightly different take to it. But it wasn't intense to me. And then now that I mention it, now my new boss man at the hospital is looking for Euphoria Intense. And I think it's discontinued, if I'm not mistaken. But now I got to try to find him another Euphoria Intense because he ran out. Do you think that Morgan from The Fear is going to survive? That is my favorite show. Fear the Walking Dead and The Walking Dead. Those are two of my most favorite shows. And I personally want Morgan to survive. I'm actually ready for Rick to come back. He's supposed to be doing another spinoff show because he did survive barely at the end of that one season. But I want Rick to come back so he can see his daughter, how she's grown. She's a beast now. I wish Carl would have survived because in the comics, Carl was a badass. And I wish they would have took that route instead of killing Carl off. But, you know, it is what it is, man. But, yeah, I hope Morgan survives. I just talked about that in my video I uploaded today. I might have to check that out. George Zaharoff, the smaller brands are being bought up by the bigger conglomerates. Once these bigger companies take over, they try to squeeze the profit if you can. I would love to visit any HQ, period. I don't get invited to any of these little gatherings they be having and stuff like that. Like I know Scent Nation got invited to one. I think Matt from Georgia Gent got invited to something. It seems like everything is revolving around everybody else, and I'm not getting these same accolades. So it just is what it is, man. But then if I did get invited, would I be able to go? I don't have the money to travel like that, so you know that's the thing. There's a very easy answer. Creed equals greed, cheaper quality ingredients, savings for the company. Yeah, I mean I knew that from the start. But it's sad that we have to pay for it in the long run. Like they'll cheapen the fragrance and the performance sucks, the longevity sucks, it don't smell the same, but you want the same price for it. If you gonna cheapen the product, cheapen the price too. I hate when companies reformulate stuff and then they expect you to run out and spend all your hard-earned money on it, and then the shit don't perform and people get pissed off and they try to return the stuff and they don't want to take it back. And then somebody goes out and sells it to another person. Like if I was looking for Creed and let's just say Sam Broom wanted to sell his because he knows the performance sucks, he'll sell it to me, make a profit off of it. I get it, and it sucks to me too. It's not performing. Now what the hell I'm gonna do with it? So, and I'm not saying anything bad about Sam. I'm just using him as an example. Centaur fragrance. It made Aventus more mass appealing. They took away the smoke, limited the oat moss, and even removed some of the ambergris. Yeah, I heard that. It is a real crime. Definitely. It may be hard to course the same quality of ingredients from year to year. Yeah, I believe that also. A lot of companies are using these same ingredients, and when they start to die off or use up the resources, I understand you have to use synthesized ingredients which don't smell the same as the original ingredient. So I've heard these stories. I've watched some of these videos and reviews. Yeah, with the oak moss, the regulations changed the fragrance world. Yeah, that's one of the first ingredients that I've heard of that that they got these strict laws on about oak moss, and they're not supposed to be using it. But every now and then you will see oak moss name pop up in the note list. But is it real or is it synthetic? And they just using the original oak moss name, because if it's synthetic, why use the oak moss name when you can just use the synthesized name? Damn, I couldn't even talk for a second though. See, the big brands always find ways to cut costs. Small brands are still trying to prove them so they can put more effort in. Benjamin Aventus pays for the entire Creed infrastructure, the boutiques, courts, offices, etc. That's possible, PK, but Creed isn't the only company doing reformulations, so I find that hard to believe. I did that recently. Mugler was bought by Cody from the Clarins. You're going to see the ingredients change slowly over time. If you like Angel, stock up. Yeah, I've heard that about Mugler got bought out, man, and that's sad because they make some damn good fragrances, and I hope that the people that bought Mugler don't fuck it up. Cody is the one that makes Aspen. Yep. Did anyone stock up on Ideal on? I haven't stocked up on it. I don't really care to. I know a lot. I've been seeing on Facebook a lot of people have been going out buying them up, and whatever. But it's no big deal to me. I bet George, it is a big deal in making a small change to save a percent. What up, Centaur? Fact of the matter is that each bottle of cologne made, no matter who makes it, always costs under $10 a bottle to make. That's the main reason why I refuse to pay more than $40 for any fragrance. I can feel that. That's one reason why I'm not big on buying Jordans. It costs them cents on the dollar to make a pair of Jordans. But then they slap that $100, $150, $200, $300, $400 price tag on it. That's ridiculous to me. If it costs you, if it costs you that much to make it, why slap that high of a price on it, trying to make a profit? Thanks for that feedback. I'll probably take the plunge if it's still there tomorrow. Old Spice was my #1 too. I still love Aspen. I had a small bottle of Aspen, and I think I gave it to Georgia Gent when I did that trade with him. Aspen is not a direct close clone of Green Irish Tweed, but it smells pretty decent. It smells close to it. I like it, but I have Trace New Wheat, and it's far superior to me. I know a lot of people may object to that, but that's just my opinion. I think the first fragrance I bought was Drakkar Noir, early 90s. Yeah, I had a bottle of Drakkar Noir. I had watched some videos and seen some people talk about it, and I was curious, and I finally found a small bottle of it. And I had it. I think that was in that box I traded with Georgia Gent also. Hey Callie, it's all good. Fat Shady, same for me. Live, Drakkar, Gravity, Aspen, Bora Bora, and original Adidas. CK Eternity is kind of like Invictus from my memory. CK Obsessions is kind of like Doja and Gabbana the One. CK1 Red. I have Bora Bora in the mail coming tomorrow. Never smelled it yet. Um, Hopefully you like it. I love it. Bora Bora. Women absolutely love that shit. I don't know what's in it that causes women to love it so much, but if you get a chance, go back and scroll through some of my older videos and find the one I did about Bora Bora and listen at what I had to say about that fragrance. It's gonna be funny, but I was dead serious. Signing off. Much love. All right, Sam. Well, man, Prince Walker, Las Vegas in the house. What's up, Mr. Cheap Sense? What's happening, my man? Jordan. Hey, guys. What we talking about here? Hope you all doing good. What's up, man? No, we were just, shooting the shit, man. That's all. Just talking about different subjects. The original subject was a friend of mine received a bottle of Creed Aventus from somebody, and he wanted to know. I wanted to let him know that he needs to check it and make sure that it's real. He said he checked the batch code and all of that, and it checked out. And then he took the top off, and the neck part is supposed to be what everybody else says white, but his is not white. I think he said his was gray or something. So it's a possibility that it could be fake, but we not sure. That's what the original subject was when we first started, but then everybody started asking different questions, and that's where we're at now. So hey, let's see, Eric Carpenter, LOL, Maine native here. Maine, that's what's up. Yeah, they was trying to send me to Maine for truck driving school, and I just couldn't do it. My kids were still small at the time, and I didn't want to be that far away. Plus, it's cold as fuck in Maine, from what I understand. And I was kind of nervous about driving on ice and all that kind of shit. Still rocking Curve and Bora Bora. Got Nautica Blue 2. Scent Alchemist. What's good, my brother? What's up, man? Live J5 is 1 million and 1 million lucky. Different enough to own both. Yes, they do not smell anything alike. 1 million has like a bubblegummy type feel to it. Real juvenile. 1 million lucky is sweet, but it's like I don't know, it's kind of hard to describe. 1 million lucky is a lighter sweet fragrance than 1 million. 1 million, it seems heavy. The best one to me is 1 million Privé, and that's more of a mature kind of fragrance. It's not as sweet as the other two. That's the one I prefer. But Lucky is a good one too. You ever watch Westworld? I hear it's pretty good. No, I haven't, but I've seen previews for it. CK performance was better a decade ago in my high school days, according to my recollection, but maybe my nose wasn't as accrued. Good sense though. Shame. Yeah, man, all that stuff that used to perform crazy, heavily and crazily back in the day, just today, it's like going and buying bottled water. Basically, it's like back in the day, you used to go. I used to drink Mad Dog 2020, and it's like going from Mad Dog 2020 back then to now drinking just bottled water. I should pick it up again. I watch Vikings. 100% agree with what you're saying about reformulations. Like when YouTube was sold to Google and they watered it down. That's probably because of the EU SKU. The EU made a law to ensure cucumbers were straight and not too crooked. If you sell outside of the EU or fresh distribution, you can have oat moss. Big aroma chemical companies probably will Bother the indie people though. Frag people, greetings. Hey Keith, what's up? Cali reviews. I love Jordans, but they're definitely inflated prices. Yes, they are. I love Jordans too. I had a collection of J's back when I was few years back. Matter of fact, I think when me and my wife was still together, my ex-wife was still together. I had a shitload of Jordans, and as I got older, man, I just changed up the style, and I'm into like not so much loafers, but like casual type shoes now. I'm a grown man dress. I don't do all them Jordans and stuff. I watched 2 of your videos about Bora Bora. You sold me. That's what's up. Fat Shady, yo, Miss Cheap Sense. Did you ever get a bottle of Marf Shades Blue? No, I haven't. Since I got this new car, I haven't been able to do nothing. I haven't bought anything new. The only thing I've been reviewing are samples that people been sending me. Centaur fragrance, French, not fresh. Trey Sense, big homie. What's up, man? Stefan fragrance. Hope you're having a good day, brother. I'm always having a good day. There aren't many days where I'm upset, mad, butt hurt about anything, man. I've grown a lot over time, especially the past few years, and I don't look at life the same. I don't look at it as, something horrible. Every day I wake up is a blessing. Whether I got money in my pocket or not, just being alive is enough for me, man. That's just me. What's the best Bora Bora? I just like the original. I haven't done the flankers. I've seen a few flankers. I just like the original one. That thing, it gets me a lot of compliments. I need to buy another bottle because I actually sold mine to a subscriber who couldn't find it. And I've seen it the other night. I seen like 2 bottles in Ross the other night, but I didn't buy them. But I need to get another one. It's a pretty good fragrance, man. I mean, even if you buy it, it's only $12. If you buy it and you don't like it, I will buy it from you. That way I can get Bora Bora back. And if you don't like it, I will buy it from you. How about we do that? Get the original, Stefan. By far the best. Marvin Leach. Woot woot. 1 million preview. Let's see. You have Blue Day Chanel EDP or O Extreme. I have the Eau de Toilette version of Blue Day Chanel. But it was like they gave me the bottle, the actual bottle, but it's only like maybe this much in the bottom of the bottle. So that's all I needed. I'm not big on going out and spending all that money for that shit, and the prices don't never go down on damn Chanel. And all them flankers that Blue Day Chanel got out, I've smelled them all in belts, and yes, they are different. The EDP, Eau de Parfum, the Eau de Parfum, the Parfum, and whatever else is out there. They all smell good. The EDT is enough for me. I know a lot of people think the EDT is too loud or whatever. Unless I can afford to buy the EDP or the Parfum, then, I'll change up. But right now, I'm cool with what I got. And I do have the O Extreme. A lot of people don't like it. I love it. I think it's an excellent fragrance myself. Was masculine or unisex? I bought. I think I told this story before. It's a Burberry fragrance for women, but I didn't know it was for women, and it was in the tan box. I can't remember the exact. It just said Burberry on it. It didn't say for women or whatever. I don't think, but it ended up being a woman's fragrance, and it smelled so damn good. And I wore that bottle like crazy, and finally found out that it was a woman's fragrance. But that's the only time I think, not knowing that it was a woman's fragrance, worn a woman's fragrance. I've worn some unisex ones, like most of Calvin Klein's um, first few fragrances were unisex, like CK1, CKB, CK All. They all have kind of like that floral aspect to it, um, which isn't bad. They just don't last long. Someone said the reformulation of Rosassi Darige. I don't know if it's been reformulated or not. I have that fragrance. It's a powerhouse fragrance to me. It lasts on me at least 8 hours, but I don't know. Jordans are overrated, uncomfortable, waste money. Yep, to some people, yep. Well, man, Shades Blue is really good clone of Blue de Chanel. It's only like 23, and I highly recommend it. Somebody, I think it was BroSense, did a video on Shades Blue. I think it was, and he said that it didn't smell like Blue de Chanel, or did he say it smelled like Blue de Chanel? I don't know. I tested some of those when we had Perfume World here in our local mall, and some of that stuff that's supposed to be flankers from our mall doesn't smell like a lot of that stuff. But I never smelled Shades Blue, so I don't know. But I have Blue de Chanel, so there's really no need for me to have the clone. Have you smelled the new Killian Rolling in Love? No. I have one or two samples of Killian that came from Georgia Gent when we did that trade. He had a bunch of decants in a envelope, but I haven't smelled that one. And I do want to get my hands on some Killian. Killian is one of the fragrance houses also that I reached out to see if I can get some samples, but of course, no response, or they just didn't want to deal with me. So someone said Bora Bora exotic smells kind of like Fahrenheit. I have Fahrenheit. I have never smelled the exotic version of Bora Bora. I've seen it. I can't vouch for that, but if somebody finds out, let me know. Shit, in comparison to Blue de Chanel, you should check it out, man. I will. I like Joy Amin's content. Salvatore Ferragamo Aqua Senziale is closer to Blue de Chanel and very decent. I have had that fragrance. It smells decent. I really didn't get a Blue de Chanel type. I guess it's that kind of Ambroxany type vibe that makes people always think of Blue de Chanel or Dior Sauvage and stuff like that. Perry Ellis by Perry Ellis is one that's a pretty decent clone of Blue de Chanel. Of course, the performance isn't that great. I had that one, and it's okay. It's like it's not as sharp with the Ambroxan as Blue de Chanel is, but it's pretty decent. Performance isn't that great though. I know longevity sucks. Have you tried the exotic? It is more fruity and reminds me of Fahrenheit in a weird way, slightly. I haven't tried it, the exotic version of Bora Bora, but if I see it again, I'll be sure to pick it up because I know it's inexpensive. It's not high at all. Bora Bora, the original, is a pretty damn good fragrance. I love it. All right, y'all. So I'm guessing we're about to taper off a little bit. We were at 30 something viewers. We're now down to 21. Another really good clone of our moth that is way under the radar is Edition 1. It's a damn good version of Abercrombie and Fitch Fierce. My wife loves it. Yeah, I don't know about that one either, but I do have Abercrombie and Fitch Fierce. It's pretty good. I like it. Like I said, I think we're tapering off. We're at a steady 21 right now, and not a lot of questions are coming through. Oh, one more Thanks at Centaur Fragrance. You got to get Azaro Visit. I've heard about it. I think Ash from Gent Sense talked about that one, and I think what's his name? Damn it, I can't think of the other guy name that talked about. I think he talked about 3 different ones from that line. Joy, I mean, reviewed it too. How did you, Ed Hardy, Love and Luck, work out? I like Ed Hardy, Love and Luck. I haven't worn it much. I've worn it once. But I like it regardless. Give me a second. Shit. I think it was Robes 08 when you was talking about the Azaro Visit. I think he did 3 different fragrances from that line in a review. Azaro Aqua. That is a nice fragrance. I had that one. I didn't keep it. I sold it to somebody or traded it, whichever one. The bad thing about the bottle I had is when you spray it, it's a funny design. It's a tall bottle and it has like a metal or plastic cap on the top of it, but the trigger is kind of funny. It's almost like the Amen trigger a little bit, and the front of it has a small nozzle coming out of it, and it's a cutout in the front that the nozzle sits behind. And when you spray it, it's like the nozzle is spraying up against the bottom of the cutout and it's leaking. That's what I didn't like about it. And it smells great. It's a nice spring, summertime type fragrance. The performance on me wasn't that great. I wore it here to work and to this job, and it gets pretty hot out here because I have to go from building to building because I strip and wax floors. And it didn't last too long on me, and I didn't keep it. But I've seen several bottles of it at our local TJ Maxx. It's not a bad fragrance, so if you want to get it, you can get it. It's pretty inexpensive too. Cali Reviews. If you're interested in a damn good layer, I suggest Bentley for Men Intense and Bentley for Men Absolute. The cedar in Absolute really punches up the cedar in Intense. Okay, I have to try that. I think I got both of those. I know I got the Bentley for Men Intense. I think I have the Absolute too. I'm not sure. Cool. I heard some nice reviewers send it to you. LOL. I think I start a channel and hope people send me stuff, but I like niche stuff now, so have expensive taste. Ain't nothing wrong with having expensive taste. Not everybody is gonna stay at the same level of designer fragrances because, like I said earlier, they get boring. They usually are the same type fragrances over and over and over. If you buy from, let's just say you buy from Mont Blanc, and then you turn around and buy fragrances from like Calvin Klein, most of the fragrances are, and I'm just using them as examples. I know they don't smell alike, but I'm just using them as examples. Most fragrance houses have an aqua, sport, oud. They have a woody fragrance. They have whatever other kind of fragrances out there that everybody does the line of. Every house has the same type fragrance. They might smell slightly different, but for the most part, the base is the same. And it's redundant to keep buying the same kind of fragrances over and over and over. I talked about that earlier. I like some of the niche stuff that I've been receiving from subscribers, the decants and stuff. And a lot of that stuff has been coming out pretty good. Some of it, I will say, does still have that same kind of strong masculine Bentley for Men intense type smell to it. Some of it might be a little sweet in it, but for the most part, all of it smells kind of the same. And you have to have a nose for some of that niche stuff. A lot of that stuff has to grow on you. You're not too many times going to just go into niche, buy something, and then it's just going to be for you. Sometimes you have to let that stuff grow on you. I want to move to GA. One caution light. I went through there a few months ago to take my grandma back home, and the downtown area is so, it's not, depending on where you move, I'll say. Brunswick is okay. Some people talk down about Brunswick just because it's not a lot to do here, but I feel like you have to get up off your ass and find something to get into, or make do with what you have if you don't have money to travel. So Georgia is not bad. I've been here most of my life, and I'm not really big on Atlanta. I don't see how everybody always wants to up and run to Atlanta like Atlanta is going to be the end all be all. Everybody who moves to Atlanta don't make it in Atlanta. I've seen people move from here and come back like a month or so later because they couldn't hack it. Like, you really have to be focused in Atlanta. You can't just go up there and think you just gonna party your life away and, you're gonna be successful. That's not how it works. You got to dig in, like get your teeth and your claws dug in, and you have to really put in work in Atlanta. Everybody is about their business in Atlanta, and they don't have time to, half-ass. But I've never been a fan of how people always say they're going to move to Atlanta. Like Atlanta is going to be the Mecca and it's going to save your life. I ain't never understood that. I think you can make a life wherever you live, depending on what you're doing. You just have to know what you're doing. I might get me a bottle pretty soon. Anyone know what the other Ed Hardy smells like? The one with the tiger on it. I have it, and it's nice. It smells really good. I'm gonna tell you though, Ed Hardy fragrances are great smelling fragrances. They aren't the best in performance. So if you're gonna get Ed Hardy, they are inexpensive. Like the gift set I found that time. If you go back and watch that video, I found 2 100 ml bottles in a gift set, and it was like $20 something. You couldn't beat that. 2 100 ml bottles for $20, or I think it was $20 or something like that. And during the video, I was talking about the fragrances. I turned my hand and I knocked the damn bottle off the counter and the shit broke. And luckily, one of my subscribers was kind enough to send me another bottle, and I appreciate it greatly. But that video was funny as hell. My reaction to when I knocked it off the counter, it was priceless. Should go check it out. Absolute is in a solid black bottle, if that helps. I think I have it. Some a subscriber sent me 2 bottles because I seen it in the store in one of his pictures or video or something, and I messaged him like, damn, I wish I could get those. And he was like, I'll buy them if you shoot me my money back. So we made a deal, and I got 2 of them. One of them I think is in a blue box, and I think the other one is in a black box. I think it is Absolute, but I'm not sure. But I'll find out tonight when I get home. Trey sent, what up, homie? What's happening? It seems like there are about 20 different notes in most men's fragrances, just rearranged. Yeah, that's what it seems like. It's always harder in the biggest cities because everything is more expensive. Yeah. Atlanta is not a cheap place. I had the girlfriend I was telling y'all about, not my ex-wife, but the girl that was after her. She was living in Atlanta, and I was going back and forth to, see her, and shit ain't cheap. The cost of living is a lot higher. So you thinking that just because you making, $15, $20 an hour, that's living. You might be getting that money, but you might not. You might be getting the pay rate, but you might not be getting the hours. They'll give you a raise all day long, but your hours might get cut to help them with, how that works. So, I don't know, man. ATL is the Black Hollywood of the South. Mr. Will. Yeah, it is. That's what they say. I, for one, am not big on Atlanta. I'm not a party type dude. I'm a homebody. I do frequent a club or 2 every now and then, but it has to be a special occasion or something like that. I've never, I can't vouch for that. I sold all my bonds, didn't like them. Well, I wish I would have known. I mean, your prices probably weren't in my price range, but I'm always interested in a bond or 2. But being that Sensual Obsessions then came out, and their bond number 9, Andy Warhol, is the shit. If you don't have it, you need to get it. I have a Mancera I love. Yeah. I did a review earlier, and Ross from TLTG sent me, I think it was Mancera, the Oud or something like that. And that shit is powerful as hell. Anything beyond 2 sprays, I think 1 spray is enough. That shit is super strong. By the way, my wife grew up kind of close to where you are. She is from Hilliard. What that is, man. Hilliard. I don't know. I have no idea. I think I've heard of that before, but I'm not sure. That was me, LOL. Yeah, I know that. I know that was you. I saw the comment earlier you made. I remember. A party animal. I can't help it. Yeah, to each his own, man. If that's what you do, that's you. Enjoy it, bro. Shave your beard off. That's something I'm not gonna do. Sorry about that. Somebody tried me like that one time before. I forgot the dude name. His name was something Hill, I think. Marvin Hill, I think that was his name. If y'all was around when all that kind of foolishness was going on, the dude was coming in and was trying to tell me to I need to shave off my beard, and I needed to put on a shirt because I used to do my videos in my tank top. He used to tell me to put on a shirt and clean it up and all. I'm like, bro, this is my channel. You don't have to watch this shit if you don't like it. Like, you can move the fuck on. And he just kept on and kept on and kept on. And like, I had to roast this motherfucking ass on Facebook twice. But that's what we're not gonna do. I'm not gonna shave my beard off. Last time I shaved my beard off, it seemed like the whole city of Brunswick, right here where I live, went crazy because they love my beard. Women love beards. And I know mine look kind of scraggly right now because I didn't comb it before I came in, but who gives two shits about this job looking good at this job, because nobody really sees me anyway. Most of the buildings I'm in are closed. So yeah, that's what we not finna do though. Florida Georgia line area. She also lived Lakeland. I know where Lakeland is. I think I have heard of that other place you just mentioned, but I don't like the beard, man. You should get rid of it. No, not gonna do that. I don't live my life for you. And so if you don't like the beard, and I don't know if you playing or you for real, but if you for real, you can check out of this live. Ever tried 1 million cologne? Got the 2 rows opening. I have never tried that. Somebody asked me that earlier if I tried the 1 million cologne. I haven't. Fat Shady, beard game, baby. Gotta say, yours is solid, my man. I'm 42 and mine's getting salt and pepper in it too. Women, for some reason, love this damn salt and pepper. Like, I'm not big on dyeing my beard. And a lot of guys around here, they don't accept the fact that they are getting older and that the salt and pepper is coming in. So dudes be dyeing their beard. Now, once or twice in the past few years, I have like took some tweezers and I plucked all the gray out, and it looked good, but it came right back, and I just accepted it. And I have had a few females tell me that the salt and pepper look, but you know, it is what it is, man. But women love the beard. When you shaving your beard, you think, geez, where did my chin go? 1 mil cologne is nice. Yeah, I haven't smelled it. I'm not sure if I smelled it before in Ulta or Belks or something like that. But I don't recollect smelling it, so I don't know. It's just all right to me, Trade Sense. You need to lose the beard. I'm not asking you, I'm telling you. That's funny. The beard is a statement of individuality. Yes, it is. Hell, without my beard, I feel naked as hell. Yeah, that's what's up. Let's see. How about John Varvatos Oud? I haven't smelled that one. I have a few John Varvatos fragrances. The ones I actually kept are the ones for fall and winter. I have what's the one with the leather wrapping around it? I have that one. I have the platinum. I had Artisan Pure, but I wasn't a fan of that one. It smelled okay. It didn't last long on my skin either. I know Trey Sense loves it, but that's the fragrance that the fragrances are a susceptible thing. Like, whatever I may not like, somebody else may love, and that just is what it is. Some of them other ones, the summery, freshy type ones that they have out, the blue and all of that, I'm not big fans of them because they don't last long. So one of the best frags I own isn't known in North America, called Metal for Men. Judas Priest helped design it. Maybe I'll send you a decant to review. I'm up for that, man. Whenever you ready, let me know. I don't know if you got my address or not, but if you do, send it on. The only John Varvatos I've smelled is Dark Rebel Rider. Yeah, that's the one I was trying to say I had. Dark Rebel Rider. Or I have rather. Really good one. Different one for this time of year. It's the one with the leather jacket. Yeah, that's the one I got. Dark Rebel Rider. I haven't worn it yet though. I need to wear it. It's actually gotten to a point where it's cool in the morning and kind of cool at night, but during like midday around 11:30, 12 o'clock till up until the point it starts getting sunset, it's still warm as hell here. It's hot, but early mornings, late nights, it's cool. Perfect for that kind of fragrance. Those John Varvatos are good on the low. Yep. Some of them, they smell good. Like I said, just in my opinion, the freshy and the citrusy ones that they have, they smelled good to me. They just didn't last long, and I didn't keep them. I tend not to keep too many fragrances that don't perform well. I'll get rid of them quick. I like vintage. It's kind of challenging. It's a leather balm on my skin. Fat, shady, unique as hell. I can see how it could be clawing in the heat. Enjoy it, bro. I don't even know who this is, man. Keep talking about my beard. That sounds just like that dude that I was talking about before that was trying to get me to do this and do that or whatever, man. Like I said, if you don't like this, then you can move on. It is what it is. I don't know why you trolling so hard, but it is what it is. I'm not gonna let you get under my skin. I know that. I hope you go to bed and wake up in the morning and your beard look like mine. How about that? Good looking out on that 1981 Indigo, by the way, man. Yeah, somebody else put me up on that. They sent me a decant of it, and the decant must have went bad. It smelled fucking horrible. I said it in the video, and he was like, "Man, I don't know what happened. This is a beautiful fragrance. It smells great, yada yada yada." And I said, "Well, I don't know what the hell you were smelling because that shit was horrible." And then one day I was in Marshall's in Jacksonville, Florida, and I didn't see anything on the shelves. And as I was going towards the front door, they had some fragrances like up front, like when you in the checkout line, they try to get you with that last minute shit. And they had some fragrances sitting up there, and that was one of them. And I was like, you know what? It's only $20, $19.99. Let me go ahead and cop this and see what it's about. So I got it. I got in my truck. I bust them open and sprayed it, and that shit smells good as hell. And then I went back and I bought the original 1980 Guess 1981, and that smells good. But 81 Indigo is the better version of it. But yeah, they have one also out called, I think, Los Angeles, and I seen what's his name? I can't remember his name right now, but I seen him do a review. This one reviewer talked about it, and he says he likes it a lot. So he's just a girly man who can't grow a beard. LOL. Probably. I don't even know who the dude is, man. I mean, he came in last few minutes, talking about my beard and I need to shave it off and all this kind of shit. So I'm just ignoring him. I don't give a fuck what he talking about. It is what it is. I hope he wake up in the morning and look like damn Swamp Thing. Um, I love it. My wife and daughter too. All of the fragrances you own, how many do you actually wear? All of them. I don't wear the same fragrance every day. There is not one fragrance I think I have worn twice in the same month or year yet. At one point, I had almost 400 fragrances, and there was no need. Like, I have a coworker. I know you've heard this story before. A coworker that wears the same damn Invictus original and the Intense version every day. Like, he done strayed away from the original. Now he wears the Intense. And the first few times he wore it, yes, he was getting compliments. But after a while, people get burned out on that shit. And like me personally, I don't even have what do you call it? A signature scent. Like, I can't go in my collection and just grab one and be like, this is my signature scent. Because I don't like wearing the same thing over and over and over. So yeah, I wear everything that I have. It's a few that I haven't worn yet just because the season, the temperature outside is not right for it. But I am gonna give some wearing this winter and fall. So yeah, I wear all my stuff. Anyone else notice that Fragrance X now has the Afterpay feature? I haven't ordered anything in a while, so I don't even know about that. If you're interested in another guest, check out Guest Spot. I've seen that Marciano, but I haven't bought it. Chrome Azzaro, Chanel Eau Extreme, and Chanel Blue EDP. I want to get that Chanel Egoist. I think that's the name of it. The same day I was gonna buy that platinum Chanel, the dude talked me out of it because I had what's the name of it? Missoni, and I was gonna buy Chanel Eau Extreme and the platinum Egoist, but the dude was like, ain't no need in buying two freshies. And so I was like, well, which one should I get? And he was like, just pick one, it don't really matter. So I picked the Eau Extreme because I liked it better. So I got that, and I got Missoni. And then I keep seeing people talk about the Egoist, and now I want that too, but right now I can't get it. So 3-day rotation. I had many fragrances, but there are either too popular that everyone wears them, or they aren't unique enough for me. I'm picky when it comes to fragrances. My signature scent is EDP Bleu de Chanel. I highly recommend it. Candied orange, some woods, and amber. That's what's up. Okay, well, I didn't know it was after 10, and it's time for me to clock out. So I'm going to end this live here. Thank everyone for tuning in and putting your 2 cents in. Everybody who checked in and checked out earlier. I know we was up to like 30 something viewers, probably the most I've had since I've been here. If you are not friends with me on Facebook, I don't know how many more spots I have open. I had to delete some people just to make room for my fragrance friends, because all of these regular people, they rarely post anything, or they don't comment. So I have no use for them. I'll make room for you guys. So if you want to be friends with me on Facebook to see what's going on, hit me up. Make sure you message me. Let me know who you are so I can accept it. If you're not a part of my fragrance group, Mr. Cheap Scents Fragrance Forum, find me on Facebook. Send me that request. More than likely, I'll accept it anyway. And remember, we talk about any and all fragrances or fragrance-related topics You can post whatever fragrance, whether it's expensive or inexpensive. I don't care. This is not one of them fragrance groups where it's all about one specific fragrance. I don't do that kind of crap. I talk about all fragrances, so it is what it is. Once again, thank you all for tuning in. This has been your boy, Mr. Cheap Sense. I'm out. Peace.